What's up, everybody? My name's Jim, and this is going to be my in the bag for 2022. So, first, we got the putters. This is my main putter, this pink one. It is a Gateway Shaman, or Gateway SS Shaman. This is just another SS Shaman as my backup, so when I miss my first putt and we get the second one. And then I have an SS Glow Shaman for pretty much circle 2 or anything like 100 feet and in. Then I have my two zones. We have this 5-time claw misprint with the PM logo. I paid way too much money for this thing. My friends told me not to throw it, but we throw it. Then I have my first and second only aces. This pink zone. This one's pretty beat in. That other zone is a meat hook pretty much right now, and this one I can get a lot more flex shots and it'll flip up. We have the last of the putters. I have Paul McBeth Tour Series Luna. I had this one and I had a Tour Series Fierce, and kind of went back and forth in between the two, but kind of just settled on this one. And I have a 2021 Glow Crystal Flex Ringer from Ledgestone. This thing is pretty much just dead straight. I use it sometimes for forehands, unless I turn it over, and then it doesn't get forehanded for a couple more weeks. But any straight backhand shots, any shots, and this is pretty much my go-to for that. Now we're going to do my mids. So I have 2 buzzes. This is a Team Ledgestone 2021 ESP Swirl buzz with the Wonder Bread stamp. I had one similar to this that wasn't Wonder Bread, and I threw it into a pond. So then I paid way too much for this one because this run of buzz is absolute money, dead straight as it gets. Then I have a Z buzz that is dyed by, shoot man, what is this dude's name? It's dyed by Disc by Drake, I believe. And it also has Wonder Bread stamp. So I have pretty much my 2 matching buzzes. This thing is also dead straight, and this one I can get to flip a little more than this one. If I throw a flat, I'll get some turn out of it too. Then I have my MD3. This one I bought pretty recently, and I needed something like I wanted pretty much a Buzz OS, just a stable buzz. But I ended up getting MD3, and it feels really good in my hand. It's pretty overstable, which I need. I'll move up a little bit. I have Haley King Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship Stalker. The colors on this is kind of ass, but I needed to get one, and it used to be stable when I started throwing it, and now it's just flip up, ride straight, and then a finish left at the end. And then I have a Proto Passion. This one's nice. This one's been pretty much a go-to for me recently. Hyzer flips, getting it hyzer flip and turn. This is pretty sweet. I got pretty much the rest of my fairways. I have this ESP, I think it's just ESP Swirl, or no, it's not, it's Z Swirl, Yuli Raptor. Ledgestone did a release of these last year, I believe, or it might have been the year before. And this is pretty much all my forehands. Like if I'm gonna forehand something and it needs to be stable, or just forehand it all, this is the disc I'm gonna go to. I don't really have another disc that I feel pretty much comfortable forehanding. So until I find something, this is just forehands. Now we have my two Thought Space Athletics mantras. This one with just a team stamp, and then this one I believe is a second run mantra. This one is probably one of the flippiest discs you'll ever see in your life. I can throw this thing completely vertical and then have it flip all the way up and still ride to the right. And then this one's just a nice, like, put it on a little bit of hyzer and flip up straight and just ride. This blue one is probably one of my favorite discs to throw just because of how stupid it is. Like, just throwing it on crazy hyzer and just watching it go through the woods and stuff is pretty dope. Then I have another Thought Space disc, the Votum. This one I've been trying to work in forehand, and it's just the rim. It feels a little weird, and the plastic is a little slick. I need to get one in their ethereal plastic. Ethereal. Yeah. But this is pretty sweet. This one it's pretty stable. Pretty stable, brand new. It'll get a little bit of flip. Like if you put it on like this much hyzer, it's gonna go here. But that's about it right now until I beat it in. What I kind of wanted it to be was this Undertaker. This one is another favorite in my bag. It's just pretty much, if I throw it straight, I'm going to get some turn, but I'm just going dead straight with it. And then my last of my Thought Space disc is this Animus in ethereal plastic. This disc, I threw it all the time when I got it. That's why it's in the front. And it's just a weird disc. Sometimes I'll throw it on hyzer and not even baby it, and it won't flip. And if I throw it flat, it'll dump. So, but it's a fun disc, and the plastic is sick, and it feels great in my hand. Next, we got my plethora of distance drivers. Actually, if you count a 10-speed distance driver, I have an Onyx. This thing's kind of cool. I pretty much just throw like spike hyzers with it, because I just like the grip on it for spike hyzers, and it's stable. From how it is from when I bought it, it's kind of flips up now, a little more than I probably might like, but it's still in my bag. Now we have three. Oh, you're not a force. Alright, just kidding. I got two forces. I have this big Z one I just got recently. This one's super meat hook, super stable. This one kind of feels nice for forehand, so when I start to get my forehand dialed this year, I'm probably going to be using this. This is a Scott Withers ESP Swirl Force. I just wiped the stamp off because I thought the swirls were sick. This one, it's a little more grippy, so I can just kind of grip it as tight as I can and just rip it. This is one of my furthest flying discs right now. And this one, it's a lot more firm and a little more slick than this one. So I kind of just switch it up just depending on the situation. I have another 10-speed, the Vulture. This is a pretty stable disc. It's almost like a 10-speed Force, almost. Probably not as stable as that, but it looks cool, and I wanted to try a Vulture, so I bought it. We have two of the greatest discs in the world. Is the Infinite Disc Pharaoh. This one is an X-Out. This one is like triple stamp, quadruple stamp. This one's sick. This is like the second disc I ever started throwing in when I started playing were Pharaohs, and then like they feel good, they fly good. The plastic's nice. These are Esplin, and these they just bomb. Like if you get a good run of Pharaoh, like they did one a couple years or last year, a super good run of Pharaohs that I unfortunately lost a bunch of, but they just go. Now the last couple discs I got, a little stable, understable. I had Calvin Heimberg Destroyer, Halo Destroyer. This thing was pretty beefy when I bought it, and it's pretty domey too, so it's got some glide. But now I use it for like headwind situations. If my Pharaoh if I'm not feeling my Pharaoh will flip in the headwind and turn over, and my force, it just kind of depended. Like if it's cold or something, I'm gonna slip on my Big Z force, and this one's like that Scott Withers force where I can like get into the plastic and really grip it. So if I throw this into a headwind, it'll just flip flat and just go straight. And I got this ESP Hades. This one, it's a really nice disc. I just haven't thrown as much as I should. When I got into throwing Pharaohs a lot, I kind of stayed away from the Hades because I could get Pharaohs that were understable and throw them like they were understable. But this is nice for not having to try and just kind of easy distance. And last but not least, I have this Avenger SS PM double stamped. This is my roller discs. It's got pretty cool swirls and stuff, but I pretty much primarily use it as a roller. My Thought Space Mantra, the one with the Manta Ray stamp, I will use for forehand rollers for in the woods and stuff if I need to get out of somewhere. But rollers off the tee, if I want something a little more stable than that so I can get more distance and just go straighter, I'll use this. So then for the rest of my bag, I have the first mini I bought, this Galactic, like Innova, like recycled plastic mini. This is for when AJ forgets his mini at the course somewhere, so I have a backup. And then I have a Color Shift mini from Foundation Disc Golf, so in the sun it'll turn purple. It's pretty sick. And I have a Paige Pierce whale sack that's kind of a piece of trash now, but I got a new whale sack I gotta switch out, but this one I used all last year. I got this raggedy towel I gotta wash from last tournament. I got another towel, the Flight Factory towel. And then in this pocket I got a Bushnell rangefinder and another mini, this Coastal Carolina mini. That's where I went to college, and I barely use it because I'm terrified of losing it. And I got some pencils and stuff in there and Sharpies for marking my disc or going through scorecards. But yeah, it's pretty much my bag for this season. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment, whatever you need to do. But thanks for watching. See you. Oh,